Okay, super. So we'll start standing then at the top of the mat. So feet hips distance, spread the toes open, just get rooted into the floor. Roll the shoulders down your back a couple of times. And then keeping the shoulders back and down, just roll your head from one side to the other. Just loosen off through the neck a little bit. And then holding center. Bring the hands so you're holding on to the sides of your rib cage, kind of up towards the armpits as much as you can. Doesn't matter whether the palms are on the ribs or back of the hands if that's more comfortable. Just try and move your breath into that wide space of your rib cage so you breathe into your hands. And keep the shoulders down but breathe into the hands. A couple more really big breaths. On your next exhale, just let the hands relax down to the sides. And then take a big breath in as your arms lift all the way up to the ceiling, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, forward fold towards the feet. We'll just do a few half sun salutations to start with. So use your next inhale to find a halfway lift. Exhale, soften into the legs, keep a soft bend into the knees. Slowly roll up to standing. Bring the hands out to the sides and up to the ceiling with a big breath in. And exhale to refold through to the feet. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up to standing, arms come wide and up. Exhale to refold. Deep full breath, now halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale as you rise, rolling all the way up. This time, exhale, take the hands around behind your back. So you're going to interlace the fingers together. Inhale to open out your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, little bend into the knees as you forward fold, hands coming over the head. And keep the hands clasped as you take your halfway lift again, inhaling. And exhale, then to soften the hands down to the sides of the feet. Inhale rolls you all the way back again, arms coming up by your ears as you roll up. Good, taking that again. So exhale, hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw the chest open, big breath in. As you exhale, bend into the knees, melt over the legs, lifting the arms up and over. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften the hands down to the legs, slowly rolling up in one big breath in. And this will be the last time. So exhale, hands behind you. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, hands sides of the feet. Stay where you are in this forward fold. Just bring a little bit of swaying or rocking into it. Just loosen up through the body. Let the head dangle. And then just wriggle your feet together so the big toes are touching. Take a deep bend into your knees and come into your chair pose, arms lifting up. So sit the sit bones down towards your heels, so weight is backwards towards your heels, so toes feel light, and then squeeze the knees towards each other and sit lower through those sit bones. So each time you exhale, really pull that lower belly in, so we're not squatting into it and the belly can relax. Pull in here, so it's not a tucking, it's just that lengthening down. So from here, you're going to take 4 breaths. You're going to exhale through the mouth. So take a breath in where you are. And as you exhale through the mouth, let the body drop, let the arms swing back. And inhale then to come up and catch the pose again. So really deep breath out. Inhale, catch the pose. Exhale for 3. Inhale, catch the pose. And 4. Inhale, catch the pose. Exhale to forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Step your right leg back behind you. You bend the knee, but let the knee not touch the ground. It's just hovering there above the floor. Bring the hands forwards and up towards the ceiling. So you've got that kind of square lunge, back knee hovering. Keep the front leg exactly as it is as much as you can. Your back knee is going to drop down to the floor and back up again. down to the floor and back up again. Good. Try not to let that front knee go over the ankle too much. And if you just keep your eye on that front knee, just check it's not wobbly in and out too much. It stays tracking over the line of the toes. Keep it going. Good. Keep those hands reaching up. So arms above the head is going to help lift the heart rate a little. Good. Then staying where you are, think about the front leg going forwards and straight. Forwards and straight. So now the back leg moves a little, the front leg's doing more of the work. Try to push yourself back up again. Try and press through the front heel so you're feeling your left glutes and hamstrings fire up to push you back. Take another 2. Last one. And then bring the hands to the floor in that lunge. Step back into your plank position. Holding here in plank, you can bring the knees to the floor if it's more comfortable. Hopefully your right quads are feeling a little bit on fire as well. Because they're rocking, just using your toes, rocking forwards and backwards, or if your knees are on the ground, just rocking shoulders forwards, backwards there, it's fine. Little scrunch up of the fingers, so keep the palms flat, just use your index finger knuckles to curl up a little bit. So press down through the thumbs. Bring both knees to the floor so you come into all fours and just take that into a few cat-cow, get the spine loose and happy. Keep it fairly pacey, you can rock it side to side or round in circles if you want to, just find any loosening off. And then when you're ready, come into a downward facing dog, lift the hips high. Bring the gaze to your hands, bend the knees. You can take a jump towards the hands, coming back into your forward fold. Big toes touching, deep bend of the knees, come back into your chair pose. We have 4 of those heavy breaths again. So exhale, deep breath out, drop the pose. Inhale, catch up. Exhale, 2. Inhale. 3. Inhale. And 4. Inhale, holding. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, left leg steps back, bend the knee, but keep the knee hovering. Then come up into your square lunge. So try to keep this front leg fairly steady. Your back knee is going up and down, as though it's just about to tap the floor. So you might get a little stretch along the quads as you're working them as well. Quite active work. Doesn't matter which side of it you're breathing, but just make sure you're breathing. Keep it going. Last couple here. And then just think about altering the movement slightly so the back leg stays fairly straight. The front knee reaches forwards and straightens up. Forwards and straight. Again, checking this knee doesn't go too far over the ankle. So it's still your heel that is pushing you back up. So toes can stay on the floor for balance, but think pressing through heel, and you should feel that glute and hamstring kind of fire up to lift you back. Last couple, belly to spine as you lift. Okay, bring the hands to the floor, come back into your plank position. Take your feet open about as wide as the mat. Take your hands a little bit further forwards and open as wide as the mat. So you're in a wider, longer plank position. Keep pulling in the belly as though you're tucking the tailbone. And stay in that long, flat line, pressing through the heels. Keep breathing. Slowly, if you can at the same time, lower both elbows to the floor. That's it. Wriggle your arms in slightly towards each other, just one at a time. Bring the feet in closer together. And then step the feet out as wide as the mat again. And feet in close together. And feet as wide as the mat. Close together. As wide as the mat. Close together, holding there. Tap one knee down and then tap the other knee down. Nothing else in the body moves on this one now. Just keep the gaze forward slightly so you're looking at your thumbs, not back to the knees. So spine stays straight, that's it. And then start to bring a little bit more movement into the hips. So as you drop the right knee, think the right glute towards the floor, left knee, left side of your bum towards the floor. So you bring a bit more of a twist into it. Keep it going. Holding center when you're right even. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees to the floor, the hips to the floor, and let the body roll all the way down with the arms reaching out in front of you. Flatten your feet to the ground. Push down into your feet so you feel the kneecaps lift. Make a fist with your hands and then turn the fists so the little finger edges towards the floor and your thumbs stick out like you're doing a thumbs up towards the ceiling. Tuck the tailbones, you press pubic bone towards the floor and try and scoop the abdominals up off the mat. Just staying where you are, take a few really big breaths as though you're doing an abdominal exercise here. So you should feel it as you're exhaling, really try and lift the belly up. So keep that same feeling of strength through the core. Next time you exhale and pull the belly up, lift the hands up off the floor as well. Elbows up off the floor. Stay where you are. Keep the breath moving, but keep that lift or lengthening of that lower spine. So imagine you're tucking your tailbone towards the heels. Stretch open the fingers like you're grabbing hold of something in front of you. And as you exhale, bring the elbows around to the sides and into the back of the waist. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reaching back out again. Exhale, belly to spine. Squeeze the elbows into the back of the waist. Good. 2 more. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, squeeze back. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, squeeze back. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Stay where you are on the ground, take a full breath in. As you exhale, press up either to all fours or plank position, and then come back into your downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here at down dog, paddle the feet, swing the hips, whatever feels good to do. So make your downward dog a little bit shorter, so the feet come in a bit closer. Now trick with this next one, if your heels can come to the ground, it's going to feel a little bit easier. So you can nudge the heels in, toes out, if that helps you find a bit more grounding. Still trying to keep the tailbone lifting up though, so keep that sense of lifting the pelvis up away from the ribs. So from here, you're going to lift the right leg up towards the ceiling and your left hand out towards the top of the mat in front of you. So reach left hand forwards, right leg back. So as you exhale, bring elbow to knee under the body. Keep everything else as it is. Straighten your leg back up to the ceiling and reach your left fingers with the foot this time. So your arm is going backwards, forwards. So come into all fours for a sec. I'll show you around first. Yes, Anthony, good. So I'll just show you around. So your right leg is up. Left hand is just doing this. Bit of a brain yoga as well. Your leg is just doing this. If it gets too complicated, just do the leg or just do the arm. They go together in, long, in, long, in, long. Okay, go. Right leg, left arm. Lengthen out. Exhale under. Lengthen up. Exhale under. Yes, good. Keep it going. It's harder than it looks. Good. Make this one your last one. Next time you reach forwards, place your hand into your downward dog. Leg to the floor. Switch sides. Left leg up. Right leg forwards. The more grounded you are for your supporting foot, the easier that's going to feel. Bring elbow and knee under the body. Reach hand and leg up. Elbow and knee under the body. Reach hand forwards. Yeah. Keep it going. Last couples, good. No one's face planted yet. That's a success. Good. Come back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Roll forwards into your plank position. Lengthen yourself back out again if you need to. Press through the arms so shoulder blades are broad. Pull the belly to the spine. We're going to come down for a slow chaturanga. So elbows hug in. Take a count of 5, 4. Chest forwards, elbows in. 3, 2. Hold the hover. You can bring the knees to the floor if you need to. Just rocking forwards and backwards. So just use your feet forwards and backwards with your nose. Take another 3, 2, 1. Press up to your upward facing dog. Strong through your arms, hips hovering. Go press through those arms so shoulders are down, and think shoulder blades coming together slightly. Lift the nose, take a full breath in. As you exhale, press down through your feet to lift the hips up and come over back to your downward dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take your feet open to as wide as the mat is, and slowly walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. So you're in a kind of wider leg, downward face, forward fold, sorry. Turn the toes out a little. Take a deep bend into the knees, so you come into a squat. And this first time we're just going to take our time here, just kind of get into the hips and the knees a little. That's it, heels down, hips down. Just keep it softly moving. Use your arms to keep those knees pressing open and try and lift up through the chest. So from here, we're going to slide the hands back out and come back into your downward dog. Lift the hips up, keep the feet fairly wide. Walk the hands back to the feet, come back into your squat again. And then walking back out, come back into your downward dog. Come back into your squats. Come into your downward dog. This time we're going to take a little chaturanga in between, so come forwards. Lower down as far as you can, still push back up again. So lower maybe halfway down, push back up to plank, and then walk the hands back to your feet, sit into the squats. So a little reverse burpee. So come forwards to plank, take a push up, and back to your feet, into squat. Good. You can keep it going there. If you want to, when you get to squat, push up to standing, arms lift. Come back into squat. Take it back out to plank. Take a push up. Keep it going. About another minute. Doesn't have to be fast. It does have to feel strong. Oh, and a little jump as well. Yeah. As you travel forwards and to and from your plank position, take as little hand motion as you can. So if you can, just go straight out, 1, 2, chaturanga, back, 1, 2, the squat. Yeah, last couple. Next time you come into plank, holding there, take your push up, hold plank. Bring the feet close together. Bring your left palm or left forearm to the center of the mat. Roll onto the sides of the feet, lift the right hand high. Take your right arm overhead, bicep to ear. Sink the hips towards the floor. Your fingertips reach towards your foot. And then exhale, belly to spine, lifting back up, hand overhead. Good, inhale, hips sink, reach back. Exhale, pushing through the waist, through that supporting shoulder. Keep it going. Take another 2. Next time you're lifting, take that right hand to the floor, switching sides. Side plank, left arm lifts up, reach the arm overhead to start with, hips are high. Hips sink towards the floor, your hand reaches towards your feet, and then pressing through the sideline of the waist, lifting up and over. Keep it going. Last couple. Holding at the top, bring the hand to the floor, lift the hips up to your downward dog. Lift the right leg high, take a big breath in.
As you exhale, step through to between the hands, find your lunge position. Little bend into the back knee, pressing forwards and up through the hands. To start with, bring the hands to your hips or to your heart center. You're going to step left foot up, step the right leg back. Keep switching legs. We'll build it up again. You are welcome to stay whatever level feels enough. It is hot weather outside as well, so go easy with yourself. If we can, be jumping. I hate these. If we can, hands are high. We're going to add in 2 squats. So stopping at the top, feet wide, squat down, push up, squat down, push up. Hands to hips, take back your steps or your jumping lunges. We do 8. 2 more squats coming up, feet wide, lift up, squat down, lift up, squat down. Come back to standing. We take a little intermission between each 2 rounds. Feet come back to hips distance. Exhale, bring the hands to your feet. Time to out of breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Just take a really slow vinyasa, just keep the body moving. So you can step or hop back. Take your chaturanga. Lift the chest. Downward dog. Take 3 breaths at down dog. Keep it softly moving through the feet or the hips. 2, 3. Lift your left leg up, take a breath in. Exhale, step through to between the hands. Bend the back knee, lift the hands up. Hands to your hips or to heart center. If you're feeling hardcore, arms lift up. I'm not feeling hardcore. So either we step or you take your jumps. We do 8. Come up to the top. We add in a little bit of hop. So hands down, jump it back, take a push up. Jump it back up to squats and to stand. Down to squats, we do 2. Back up to stand. Hands to your hips. Second round, jumping or stepping lunges. 6. Oh yes, Izzy's on fire. Back up to squat, lift the hands. Exhale down, jump it back. And back up to stand. 1 more here. Hands to the top, take your vinyasa. Hands come down. Halfway lift. Exhale all the way to a chaturanga, so we have to slow down the breath. Lift the chest up. Downward dog. 3 full breaths. Inhale, 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Lift the right leg up. Take a full breath in. Bend the knee and open the hips. So we have a little stretch out through the hips and the legs. Keep this right knee bent. Come forwards towards plank. Left hand shimmies into the middle. So you take it into side plank with the right leg coming into that tree pose. So still with the foot against the inner thigh. Yeah, lift the right hand up. Take your right hand overhead. Take a full breath in. If you can, exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Tap them. So inhale, lengthen back into your tree arm long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Do 2 more if we can, or holding the 2 breaths. Good. Bring this right knee into pigeon. So hand down, knee down behind the right wrist. Stretch the back leg away. Stretch out your butt. Stay upright in it for a couple of breaths, just staying active. Level 1, hands are wide. You take a breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the chest down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, brings the chest down. To up level, reach your hands back and chest forwards. We take 4 more wherever you are. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Last one. Bring the hands to the floor, lift up your hips, so tuck the toes at the back to push up. Slide this right leg out to the left to kind of stay with it. So right leg goes underneath, Anthony, towards the left side of your room. Thread it underneath, so foot's on the floor. Go underneath from your pigeon pose. Leg up. Thread knee towards your left elbow and then kick out to the side. Yeah, that's it, good. And then drop the back heel. Lift the left hand up to the ceiling. So again, that kind of side plank feeling. Left hand high, that's it. As you exhale, bring your fingers to tap your right big toe. Inhale to lift the arm back up again. We have 3 more breaths. Exhale, tap the big toe. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Last time to lift. Tap the toes and bring the hand to the floor and slide that right leg back into your downward dog. You can either pause in downward dog or child's pose or roll through the vinyasa. We have about 3 breaths. If you're in down dog, just take another full breath where you are. Lift the left leg up, take a full breath in. We start with the bend of the knee, just to open out the hips, press the supporting heel towards the floor, and try and stack one hip on top of the other. So you really get an opening as though your belly button's turning towards the long side of the mat. So then coming into that side plank with tree pose. So right hand or forearm to the center of the mat. The left sole of the foot against the inner thigh. Left hand lifting up and then reaching overhead. See if you can either stay here for 4 breaths or use the exhale to bring the elbow to tap the knee, knee to elbow. Inhale back into the pose. Exhale, squeezing in. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Then we bring this left knee into pigeon, hand to the floor, and knee comes behind the left wrist. Reach the back leg away, stay upright. Keep a soft bit of movement so you feel the stretch around the left side of your glutes. And then hands are wide. Take the first couple with the hands on the floor either way. So your exhale brings the chest to the floor. Inhale to lift you up. Exhaling, chest down. Inhale, lift up, and if your back and glute feel ready, take the hands up, reach the hands back. So you use the reach of your arms to lift you, the strength of your back. Keep it going. Good. Next time you come forward, bring the hands to the floor over the shoulders. Lift up the chest, tuck the toes at the back, lift the hips higher. Slide that left leg out to the right so it stays on the floor. So right leg slides underneath and out to the, your left leg slides under and out to the right. So I think you need to use the other leg, Anthony, this time. So your left leg is high. Left leg up. In a downward dog, that's it. And then thread the knee out towards the, underneath and out towards the right. Right hand then lifts up. I think you've done the same side twice, but don't worry about it. Fingers tap your toe, exhale. Inhale, lift back up. Perfect. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lift. 3. And lift. And 4, bring the hand to the floor. Send this leg back into your downward dog. You either pause or you roll through the vinyasa. Up to you. Coming back into your downward dog, take a full breath. Bring the knees to the floor, cross one ankle over the other, and then either see if you can roll over your feet so the legs kick out in front of you, or sweep the legs around to one side. Bring the, bend your knees, your feet stay to the ground. Hands, if wrists feel comfortable too, your fingers are gonna face the, towards your body. If wrists are feeling tweaky, turn the hands out to the side so it feels a little less kind of pressure through the rotation. So press through the hands wherever they are. Lift up the hips. Good. Now bend into your elbows and keep the elbows squeezing in towards each other. Send your hips towards your heels. This is about the arms moving, not about your hips. Straighten up the arms, so you push up, try and lift up as high away from the floor as you can, and then bend into the elbows again slowly. Again, this is not about speed, this is about strength. Pushing back up. Inhale as you bend. Exhale to push back up again. This is a little bit harder if your hips are closer towards your wrists. Or take the legs out longer, maybe, play around with it. As much movement through your arms as you can, not your hips. So find the biting point where you're getting most point work through the triceps. As the elbows bend, squeeze them in towards each other. Yes, and then push up. The feet are light to the floor here. This is about your arms, not about your hips. More elbows, Izzy. Yeah, push. Last couple. Next time you're lifting, hold there, bring the hips towards your wrists and sit down. Good, roll the wrists out. Shake, give your shoulders a little roll out, and then come onto your backs for abs. So feet to the floor to start with. Just let the wrists keep rolling if you need to, and then just relax the arms to the sides. Take a couple of really big breaths initially, just to get the breath fully connected into the belly. And so again, as though you're kind of exaggerating this movement of the breath to squeeze out. So you feel the abdominals switch on, just to help you breathe fully. So interlacing the fingers together then, and then place your head into the hands. Hug the arms in towards the temples, so you feel the shoulder blades broaden out into the floor. And then use your feet as much as you need to pull the lower back into the ground. So tailbone feels like it's already slightly tucking. Take a big breath in. Hold the breath, pressing down through your back. Then exhale to lift the elbows and the armpits up towards the ceiling. Inhale, take the head to the floor. Hold the breath, press the sacrum into your mats. Exhale, lifting head and shoulders up. Pull the belly down. 2 more here. Inhale, head to the floor. A little hold of the breath just to press lower back into ground, and then exhale, lift the elbows and armpits up. Inhale, head to the floor. Moment to hold the breath, press your back into the mats. Exhale, lifting elbows and armpits up. Inhale, head to the ground. Pick your feet up to 90 degrees. So knees don't come in closer than your hip bones, so keep them stacked above there, but still keep that lower back pulling towards the floor. We'll use the holding of the breath to remind ourselves. So take a full breath in. Without moving, just use the holding of your breath to pull the belly down already. Then exhale to lift the elbows and armpits up. Inhale, head to the floor. Hold the breath, press your lower back into mats. Exhale, lift elbows and armpits up, pulling the abdominals down. Inhale, head to the mats. Hold the breath, press sacrum into ground. Exhale, lift elbows and armpits up. Inhale, head to the floor. See if you can straighten the legs up a little bit higher. Legs don't have to go fully straight, but just so you can see your toes floating in the air. Take a full breath in. Hold the breath, pull back down, then exhale, lift the elbows up towards your toes, pulling the abdominals down. Inhale, head to the floor. Keep it going. We're going to add in a reach of one hand. So your right hand is going to reach up to try and tap your left toes. Inhale, both hands back under the head. Exhale, lift up, and then your left hand reaches towards the right toes. Inhale, hands back under head. Keep it going. Again, this is not about speed, this is about strength. Fully emptying that exhale so you get all of the core engaged with the breath and with the strength of it. Couple more rounds. So maybe this is your last round. So next time your left hand reaches towards your right foot, so that'll be your last one. Bring the head to the floor. Let the hands stay interlaced around the back of the head, but just let the elbows wing out so they can kind of be there for support if they can touch the floor. Flex the feet. Doesn't matter if the legs aren't fully straight, just keep the feet flexed. As you exhale, draw the right heel forwards and down towards the ground. Inhale, pick it back up again. Exhale, left heel towards the ground. Keep this going so there's a constant motion through both legs. They meet in the middle as you switch. This one, you can pick up the speed if you want to. The speed is going to add a little bit more weight for the core. Options up level, lift the head and shoulders up. So we're not pulling the head, we're trying to lift the shoulder blades. Options up level, one more. You turn the elbows into the knee that's coming towards you. So left elbow reaches to the outer side of right knee. The leg stays straight if we can. Yeah, keep it going. Feel like a bug just wriggling around on the floor. That's about right. Last couple. Holding center when you feel about even if you can. And bring the head to the floor and the feet to the ground. Give the knees a gentle rock side to side. How are we doing on time? Good. Last little set for abs. It will feel a lot more relaxed, hopefully. You're going to just take your right leg to wrap over the left leg, the eagle press of the legs. Some of you will be familiar with that. So your left palm is going to rest onto the right quads, and then your right hand on top of that one. If we can, pick up the feet so neither of your feet are on the floor, and if you can, then wrap the legs again so you're more in an eagle wrap of the legs. Pull the lower back in towards the floor. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, press your legs into your hands into your legs, and keep the lower back pulling into the mat. Inhale, stay as you are, just relax the tension. As you exhale, press the hands into the legs, legs into hands, pull your lower back into the mat. Last breath here. Inhale to relax slightly. Exhale to press hands into leg, leg into hands, pull the back into the mat. Inhale to relax fully, so the feet untangle. Switch the legs the other way, so your left leg is on top. Right palm onto left thigh, left hand on top of that one. Pick up the feet again if we can, and wrap them again if we can. Take a full breath in. Exhale, presses legs and hands together, pulling the back into the floor. Inhale, relax it slightly. Exhale, pressing, pull the belly down. Inhale, relax it slightly. Exhale to press, pull the belly and the back down. Inhale to relax fully, untangle the legs. Take a full body stretch, legs reaching away, arms reaching back overhead. Like we did at the very start of the practice, bring your hands if you want to the sides of your rib cage. Try and get as much expansion wide into your ribs as you breathe. On your exhale, bend the right knee in towards you, and just use your left hand to bring that knee over into a twist. The right arm slides around to the side of you. Keeping that right shoulder rooted. Maybe the head turns away from the knee. Again, breathe fully and wide into the ribs. As you next exhale, bring that knee back to center. Switch legs, so left leg is with you, right leg is long. Your right hand brings the knee over to twist. Left arm reaches out to the side. Keep the left shoulder rooting down, maybe the head turns. Let's see if you can deepen the breath any more consciously.
Bring the knee back up to center. Take another full body stretch. And then bring the arms to the sides of the body, just taking a few breaths in stillness and in heaviness. Breathing still through the nose. Just allow there to be that gentle pause between your inhale and your exhale, so that you really steady the heart rate down again. Slowly bend the knees so your feet come to the floor. Reach your right arm back behind you, and then roll over onto your right hand side so your right arm is a pillow for your head to rest onto. Bring the left arm over with you. Then use that left hand to help press you up to a comfortable seated posture. Closing the eyes for a moment, just bring the hands to rest of the legs. Close your practice, bringing to mind one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Recognize something that you like about yourself today. And recognize how getting to your yoga mat has served you in some way today. And close that to the heart center. Take a big breath in. And exhale to bring the head to your hands. Thank you guys. Namaste. Well done. Oh, too hot for workouts.
Yeah, thanks, Pippa.
Thanks, Anthony. See you
Thanks a lot.
soon.
See you next
Bye.